everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Pardon the Distraction. I'm your host, DJBLUEPDX, here with your other host, TheLostDrake, and we're here to tell you that guess what? You can eat lava, but only once.
Yes, true.
There we go. That's our intro.
Yes. And
we're gonna have a little shorter stream today. Our little recording here. Lots of things are happening, but also
recap.
It's just
a recap. It's the beginning of the month. It's August. We're gonna kind of just go over quick stuff really fast.
And then show you some new products.
Yeah, lots of new stuff. DJ got a new care package from the amazing people over at Logitech. So we're gonna be showing some of that off as well. And we've got a bunch of stuff that's coming in August. I mean, literally, we got Lord of the Rings, and we got freaking Game of Thrones, and we got freaking She-Hulk, and we got so many things, along with a lot of games that are starting to flow out because we're getting into video game season. So yeah, this one's gonna be quick. We just did our big recap on San Diego Comic-Con, which that episode went live a couple days ago, and then we also did our Steam Deck review. Which a lot of people seem to like, so that was awesome. So yeah, so we're going to talk about a little bit of everything today, real quick, straight to the point. And if you guys can't tell by behind my room's in chaos because I'm literally redoing it right now. So don't mind the boxes or the mess or our chaos ADHD like usual.
Yep. Okay, so I want to start with one thing, and that's just a tribute because something happened that I'm very much affected by. One of my earliest memories and favorite shows to watch, like I had my shows that I was allowed to watch at home once we got a TV that always meant something to me. I would always watch A-Team. I always watched the old Battlestar Galactica, despite how terrible it was. MacGyver was on that list, Knight Rider. And the show that I absolutely loved, because at the time it was something my biological father and I would watch together, and he would explain why it was important, ironically. And that's the original Star Trek series. Star Trek broke ground on so many different levels, especially given the time that it came out in the late 60s, and we're heading into the Vietnam War. And it was an important showcase. Yesterday, July 31st, the world lost Nichelle Nichols. She succumbed to natural causes at the age of 89. For those of you who don't know who I'm speaking of, she was the original Uhura. Not only was she a game changer, but she was a trailblazer, not only for women's rights, but for people of color and their achievements and ability to be seen as equals, especially on the bridge of a starship named Enterprise. The things that she was able to do, and I would say the representation that she provided for other people who look just like her, was incredible. It set a tone, and it continued to push boundaries in different directions with film and with television throughout her incredible career. She started acting in 1959 and finished, I believe, her last role looks like while they were in pre-production for a film called Moment of Impact. But the last thing she was in was in a TV series called 12 to Midnight in 2021. There were 3 other projects she was working on. So Renegades Omanara has been completed. Apparently it's in post-production. So I wanted to take a moment because that original bridge crew, they went through 6 different movies, all with that original crew. Of course, we've lost the actor Dr. McCoy, DeForest Kelley. We've, of course, lost James Doohan, who played Scotty. And as you know, recently, we lost Leonard Nimoy, unfortunately. That leaves just Walter Koenig, who played Chekhov, and Sulu, George Takei, and of course the captain, William Shatner. So it's weird because I'm seeing people that I grew up watching and admiring and witnessing a change in the evolution of the way casting was considered and the roles in which a variety of people could play. The people who set those ground rules and pushed that boundary so far into the future that it reshaped, especially sci-fi and the way that television casting, way television casting agents looked at who could play this part and who can be in this role. So as much as I wish I could see her again, I've only ever met her once, and she was an incredible person. So thank you so much for all of your contributions, Nichelle, and Godspeed.
Yep. And it's
there we
funny.
go.
It's funny too because like I growing up, I had Star Trek and Star Wars, so both of those like were always like a big thing, and I didn't even really become like a hardcore Star Wars fan until like probably the 90s, because that's when it started ramping up. If you honestly think about it, Star Trek has been around way longer, and it's one of those things too where it's like Star Trek. When did Star Trek actually originally come out? When did it first come out?
So Star Trek came out in 1966.
So it did come out before Star Wars, obviously.
Oh yeah, long time before Star Wars.
Yeah.
It came out 1966 and it was on air from 66 to 69. Even though I believe it was only a total of 2 seasons. The original captain was 69. Of course. I know, right? The original captain, of course, was Captain Pike, and that was just for the first episode. And pilot episode, they apparently didn't like the energy or whatever. They switched it over to William Shatner, and the legend became what it is today.
Yeah.
It's also interesting because DeForest Kelley originally wanted the role of Spock. Or no, it was offered the role of Spock by Gene Roddenberry, and he turned it down because he was more interested in playing McCoy.
Interesting.
And of course, had he not taken that role, who knows if Leonard Nimoy would have been cast.
Yeah.
But the right things fell in the right place, and their epic adventure began. And it was interesting because a lot of them were typecast after that. But it was interesting. DeForest Kelley was talking about in an interview the fact that he went from being and DeForest Kelley was born in 1920. He had a career that spanned decades upon decades before Star Trek ever happened. And when he was done with Star Trek, he kind of de facto retired. It was one of those things where it was only typecast offerings.
Yeah.
But the Star Trek conventions that started in the 70s, they were making it, $50,000 or more at these events.
Yeah.
And that the
Trek
fandom
conventions
is what
have
carried
always
them.
been crazy. They've always been nuts.
Wild. They're incredible.
Which is funny too, because if you think about it, like revolutionary, those conventions did not really start taking off until late 90s, early 2000s, because if you were a nerd, you got made fun of. If you were a Trekkie or if you were a Star Wars nut, like you were like fucking nerd. Like that was pretty much the way it was, for the longest time. So the fact that they were doing that and people had a place to go, because that was always the cool thing about conventions, right? Is that you had a place to go, that everybody had the same like-minded opportunity to be able to express their love for that show. And I love how much there's a fucking con for everything now, if you think about it. But you know what's really funny? If you think about it, it all started with con.
Right? Yeah. Yep.
So realistically, at the end of the day, it's really cool to kind of see the evolution and like how things have progressed over the last 50, 60 years. Mm-hmm. But it's I mean, you think about it this way. This is something too that like blows my mind. We're going into 2023 here before too long, right?
Yikes.
Yeah. 2023. That show came out in 1967. Star Wars came out in 1977. So you think about that, like literally had a 10-year jump on it, been out, built up. Think about how many shows and movies have come out for Star Trek. I mean, it's been a lot, and it's been running pretty much consistently for the most part up until even now. It's still going now, and you even got the old cast. And out of all the old Star Trek cast, I had the opportunity to meet Leonard Nimoy 3 times.
Oh, wow.
Amazing, nice, awesome person. I've also met his son, and then I also met William Shatner twice. He's hit or miss.
He's a character.
He's a hit or miss depending on his day. He's either really nice or he's a complete and utter asshole. But also on the flip side of it, George Takei, I actually
didn't
meet him, but he responded to one of my Facebook posts because I was on the train, first time ever being actually like going to New York for a reason, not just driving through it.
Right.
We went back to go visit, and it's actually when I got engaged to Nay. We went back to New York to go visit her friend for her birthday, and then we went back and we were on the subway. And he came into the subway, sat down right across from us, and I'm like, Nay, that's Takai. She's like, no, it's not. I'm like, yes, it is. I'm like, that is straight up, oh my, right behind, right there. And they were like making fun of me. They're like, you're full of shit. So I go like this, and I literally, creeperish, dude. I shouldn't have done it the way I did it, but I literally like took my phone and I turned it sideways and I took a picture. And then I posted, I go, George Takai, if this is you, confirm it so my wife doesn't think I'm fucking crazy. Well, at that time, she was just my fiance because we just got engaged. But I was like, they were making fun of me, and he literally responded. I couldn't believe he responded, but he goes, nobody ever spots me in public. Oh my. And then like literally, and I'm like, what the hell? So it was like a really cool moment for me because like that's like somebody that I grew up watching, you know? So and not only that, diversity wise, Star Trek has always been cutting edge on that. Like the diversity across the board. Like they had Russian. They had
and I want to point. That's what I wanted to point out. Like we were in the middle of the Cold War in the '60s. We were big, big anti-Russia at that time. Funny how time repeats itself. And you know, we just come out of World War II and the Korean War, and
not anti-Russia, but anti-Putin.
Anti-Putin. There we go. It's interesting because 1960s was right after the Civil Rights Act had been enabled. So many different things were in that bridge. And of course, we had an alien.
Yeah,
we had Spock. Yep. So you have all of these different elements of stuff that nobody else had dared put on a screen, let alone in television. And it was done not in the sense of let us push stereotypes that have already been established. It's how do we break stereotypes and show a cohesiveness between people?
Yeah,
and when you pull back out of our nationalistic perspectives, we're humans. Yep. We're all humans.
Yep.
Now we're dealing with other things. And it was great how they pitted a lot of socioeconomical struggles and issues at the time into a storyline that was fictitious but had a message every single time. And it was, they went on and continued that in The Next Generation, which I thought was great. And of course, once he did the music for Battlestar Galactica. Ron, I forget his last name. He was the writer for the new Battlestar Galactica. He came in like season 3 and became a series writer for Star Trek Next Generation, which is what gave him the idea. And it was interesting because once he came on board, the episodes got much more intense, much more enjoyable, much more in depth. And it's interesting because I want to say in Farpoint, DeForest Kelley was in the very first episode of Farpoint. I know that Nichelle Nichols was referenced in one of them. There were so many, but it is sad that she's gone. She was incredible, and she represented something that is continuing to this day with that need to identify and establish, equality on so many different levels. Yeah. So, and of course we could sit here and talk about this all day long.
Yeah,
again, I just wanted to celebrate her and say, hey.
Well, no, definitely. I mean, obviously that's somebody that you admire, and that it's just like Chadwick when he passed away. Like, I mean, obviously different circumstances, and he was much younger and didn't get to fulfill his life, but. Like a lot of people did, but he lived his life the way he wanted to. And that was always the cool thing. And we're definitely going to get a lot of that emotion, I feel like, in Wakanda Forever too. But there's so many great people that have passed away over the last 10 years. I mean, like Carrie Fisher was a big one. And she definitely had ever going struggle with mental illness and just being accepted in the industry. And even Mark Hamill and like all these other greats that, you know, they're getting old. You know, they're getting old, and it's, you know, like the day that Mark Hamill passed, you know, that's gonna be
the world is gonna,
everybody's gonna fucking implode. I mean, like, there's so many amazing people, and I don't even want to put that juju in the air. And I swear to God, if anything happens to him, I'm sorry, it's not my fault. But just in general, but yeah, I mean, like, there's just so many amazing people out there that like Stan Lee. Stan Lee passed away, man. That was like a void that could never be filled. Even Kirby, like all these other people that there's so many amazing people that have shaped our childhood. And now it's so formally accepted, which is awesome. Like that we have evolved in that. We have a lot of evolving to do in other categories, but you know, at least people can be who they want to be, like when it comes to culture. You know, like people are starting to advance and grow and hopefully in 20, 30 years from now, and, you know, we're old and gray and I'm already gray. But when we're older, you know, and we can look back and look at where we were at in the 20s, like 2020 and the pandemic. But think about all the shit we have gone through. Technological advances, like even the technology that you're about ready to show off right now, how far we have come in the things that have evolved. I mean, when we were kids, we were on dial-up, and we didn't
have that. We got dial-up. And dial-up came out in what, 1984, 5?
Something like that.
Because I was in the Navy when that all came down.
Well, it's just crazy though, and like now everything in school is run. Like my daughter is starting high school, and everything they get a laptop. They get a laptop. Like they get books, but they get a laptop. Like that's just crazy to me that technology is now to that point where it's just like, hey, you know what? Everything is digital now. Like there's no need for all this extra stuff. Like it's all right here. God forbid the internet ever goes down, or we're all screwed. We're all out of a job.
It was 1992 when it came out.
Jesus Christ. I was 10 years old.
So I wasn't in the Navy yet, but 92 I was 75, 85, 90. So I was 16, 17.
Yeah, I was 10.
Jesus.
So, yeah, I know.
So there we go. So let's talk about
I mean, it's a good way to transition. I mean, talk about Logitech and what they sent you. We can go into that.
So, I got permission to talk about this and do this. Now, this came out a little while ago because there was a delay in shipping, but here we go. And of course, all this is provided by Logitech G. I'm sponsored and partnered by Logitech G. They and Astro and Blue Microphone sponsor my streams and my DJ sets, and they're always taking care of me with incredible gear. And now they came out with a new line, and it's called the Aurora line. It came in this incredible.
And all of you guys, if you want to sponsor me, I'm always ready.
This incredible pink box.
Pink box. That doesn't look pink because you're green screen.
Is the whole concept behind Aurora was making gear that represents everyone and ensuring that we've got a widely diverse and inclusive line of products at Logitech. And when you think about the lines of products, I mean, I'll hold up some of my own right here. You know, I've got the 915, the GK 915 TKL, which is a great low-rise keyboard that I use for gaming and on this machine. I have my Logitech mouse here. I've got a Logitech mouse here. And my headphones, you know, Astros obviously come in different colors, but Logitech's have primarily been in blues, and they started experimenting into other colors,
and the
like
A50s,
grease,
which I have right here too. Which
right? So, but they're noticeably larger, and it's been referenced that maybe they were designed more for guys because we have larger heads than the average. So they created the Aurora collection, and it's absolutely incredible, absolutely gorgeous. So this is the first time I'm pulling any of this out of the box. So
he literally got this. He literally got this right as we were starting the podcast, and we're like, let's talk about it. And then he had to reach out to Logitech to confirm that he could talk about it because he didn't know what was in the box, but he got a lot of shiny new things. So,
and I got another Logitech G hoodie, which I love.
Nice.
This is great. I'm definitely wearing this. So starting off with sound, included in this came a brand new Yeti, and this is I want to see the color on this because anybody who knows anything about microphones, the best way to start your streaming career or podcasting career is to make sure you can be heard. Now, I use a Blue Baby bottle, but I started out for years, and I still use the. I don't know how to open this. Why are you not opening? Why am I dumb?
Well, just so you guys know, you'll have 46 minutes of him opening up a box.
Yeah. So I had originally I was using the mic on my gaming headphones.
Yeah.
They weren't great.
Yeah.
So when I switched over to a Yeti, all of a sudden people could hear me. I had a great range for my voice, which was wonderful. And then, of course, as years went on, I would end up, little be known, to end up being sponsored by them. So this is the Yeti. What it looks like, if you don't know what they look like. And when you open it up, there's cards. I was thinking I was just going to see the front of it because I'm dumb. Do this. So
now he knows what to do when he actually records his personal box opening video.
This is the Mist White.
Nice.
It is a white color, and it's kind of shimmery. It's beautiful. I'm actually thinking of using this for my my DJ setup because that's what I use when I'm DJing. I've got a Yeti on it, so that's
nice.
Absolutely,
he's got
incredible.
A Yeti on it.
Wait a minute, is there more? Okay, so there's that. The G705. Anybody who knows anything about mice knows that you really want something that conforms to your hand. Well, the G705, which this looks funny with my green screen, it's actually got it's got a different hold on it. Notice how it's got that, it comes out at the bottom, so it fits your thumb and sits your thumb. It's
right
similar
here
to the G502, like how it's got that when I hold it, my thumb fits right in this little groove. Well, this does the same thing. It's a soft white. It's got an LED strip that wraps all the way around the back, and you can program that to be light synced to your keyboards and everything else. Yeah, it's great. I love it. This is super cute. I dig it.
Nice.
And of course, if you want to check it out, of course, all these we have to do a hashtag. This is provided by Logitech G. It's promotional. And if you would like to get your hands on any of these items, please check it out at logitechg.com. And you can also use code DJBLUEPDX for a discount. Here we go. Oh my God. This is so cool. So they've got the brand new, it's a white keyboard. It's slightly smaller,
nice.
Right? But it also comes with this cloud. It's a soft cloud wrist rest.
Oh, nice.
Like, it's just so bright. When I think about this and I look around my setup here, I do have a lot of dark colors. I have a lot of equipment that is all black.
Yeah.
So this is absolutely wonderful. I love it. And the keys light up, and of course they're backlit. So you've got the white keys, but you've also got the Aura down here, and you can change the actual color of the letters. That's wonderful. And it's very similar actually in design to the TKL. It's just a different variant, and it comes with that bar. Oh my God, the bar! I want to show you guys the bar. The bar is super cool. Sorry,
he gets very excited.
I do.
Hey, you know what though? That's the best part about being a content creator, when we get cool stuff like that, and we can open it up and show people, and also give people options and hook them up with discounts and being able to help them out. Starting because like when we first started, I wish we had a lot of these discounts because. Man, we spent a lot of money. That's for damn sure. But that's part of it. It's just
spent a lot of money or got a lot of secondhand gear.
Yeah, true.
Or in some cases, we just you start at the baseline and you just kind of work your way up and slowly acquire things over time. Yeah. So good Lord, there's so much tape.
That was me too. Like honestly, like all my equipment as I upgraded it, and the more I advanced in my content creator career. I ended up taking those things and just sending them out to my mods and people in the community that needed them. That was always a nice thing because, like a lot of the time too, like a lot of people can't afford stuff at the time. And especially with the economy and the way things are right now, everything's inflated. So, it's always nice to be able to hand stuff down to the next generation. So if you're a content creator and you got extra stuff lying around, somebody can use it, or, send it to Goodwill or give it to somebody awesome.
Yeah, they make great prizes and giveaways, and I'm so excited for this.
Logitech makes a great project.
It's a genius. It's a genius idea. It is a gel, it's a cooling gel, like little memory foam pad. But you're your palm will fit right there into the little groove. You think about like they're just straight bars of squishy stuff.
Yep.
This actually has a little groove in here that you can just sit your palms on and look. I mean, you look at your palm, it's kind of the shape of a cloud.
Yep.
So it just fits right in there. It's genius. It's
really
one of those
cool.
things where you don't realize that this is something we've needed for a long time until it's done. And then you're like, why didn't anybody think about this sooner? And I'm so glad that it's here. So glad that it's here. All right, I'm going to put this back in here just like it came because I'm going to do an unboxing on my stream.
Nice.
And I'm learning about packaging right now, which is gorgeous.
Yeah, look, trial and error. Do it on the podcast and then do yours professional.
There we go. Yes. Well, because we can edit this one.
Yeah, I know, right?
All right. So, also, these are great. I think everybody is going to love these. These are the new G735s.
Those are nice.
Not only they're white, they're these super soft cushioning and cooling. It's got an LED strip that runs all the way around. This is 16 hours of battery with the LEDs on. Nice. With the LEDs off, 56. So super soft. It's got a soft ridge on the top. They just sit on your head. They're wonderful. But the cool thing about these is they're not just a wireless gaming headset. These are also Bluetooth.
Nice.
So you can Bluetooth these to anything. Your phone. Yeah.
Your Steam Deck.
Yeah, your Steam Deck. That's literally what I'm going to be using it for. Yeah, I'm super excited. Easy connect to a mobile with Lightspeed wireless, Bluetooth, you can pair with your Play. So yeah, honestly, I'm going to use these with my Steam Deck at night in bed because they look so comfortable. And I'm so excited about that. And wait, hold on, there is more.
Hey, wait, there's more.
Well, I was just noticing like there's boxes underneath the boxes.
Boxes of more boxes of more boxes.
Again, thank you so much, Logitech. You always take care of me so well. Oh, my dear Lord.
Uh-oh, he's got more shinies.
Oh, my dear Lord.
I've seen 2 or 3 boxes. 4 boxes? 3 boxes?
5.
5 boxes. Okay, what is all of it?
Well, let's take a look.
In box number 1.
So I realized that now it said, please take these out of the brown cardboard that came in. As it didn't come in brown cardboard, it came in this purple box. Now I'm realizing, yeah, I'm dumb. Oh my gosh.
Just makes it easier.
What? So this is the carrying case for the headphones.
Oh, that's cool.
It's got a soft back on the back. Obviously, it's this is. I don't roll with the whole like, you can't have that because you're a boy. Because honestly, I think this is freaking adorable. It's got a full strap on it. Look at that. Soft on the inside. It's got that new shoe smell.
I love that new shoe smell. That's like the best.
Oh my God, that smells so good.
Or like when you fresh open like a brand new game or like a collectible.
Or brand new controller.
Yeah, controller. Oh my God, I love that smell.
That smells amazing.
I know that's your childhood in one smell right there. It's like, what is that? Oh,
yep. New shoes. So I got new case.
Yeah,
right. Let's go.
Right.
Oh my gosh. So that's the carry case for the headphones, which is super awesome.
Let's see what else he's got. What's behind box number 2?
Holy crud. So they don't show up. They're green. These are okay. Hold on. They're great. They're like green. They're a little bit lighter than my green screen, but they are here we go. They are the headphone ear cups. So I have replacement colored ear cups, and
I love that you put them in the spot where his boobs go. Way to go, DJ.
Well, I was putting on my shirt. I was putting on my shirt so you could see how big they were. And then I was like, that was terrible. It was a bad idea. Also comes with the microphone, which is great.
So is it a green?
Yeah, these are green.
Oh, interesting.
And they go on the white, so which is great. I love that color.
That's an interesting contrast. Yeah,
and it just plugs right in. It's got a little.
Reminds me of Ecto Cooler from when we were kids.
Right. Yeah. And interestingly enough, so when we had our meeting. And there was some gaming going on during the launch party that Logitech did on their channel. It was interesting because the people who were in that channel on there were using their new gear, and the crispness of their voice from these mics was incredible. And you look at Blue microphones and everything that they've built. The quality of sound is always pristine.
Yeah.
Always pristine. So I'm not surprised the mics are great. I'm super glad I have one, because then if I want to play multiplayer on my Steam Deck while I'm in bed at night, I can just go in there and open up my friends feature and get into game talk and use game chat. Right?
And for anybody who doesn't know, or who is not a content creator who's tuning in, Blue microphones, Logitech, and Astro are all the same company. Logitech actually owns all of them, so they're all under an umbrella underneath. What is that?
It's a giant mouse pad by Logi.
Nice.
But it's a
like
really
a pink,
calming. It's a calming peach color almost.
Peach.
It's a peachish pink. It's not pink though. It's definitely a peach. This is great.
That's awesome.
So
sent you all the goodies.
Well, and it's interesting because I'm looking at because I use my mixer mat because it's super wide and stuff.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I notice is there's not a lot of bright things on my desk to uplight, right? And I've never really thought about that. And that definitely changes how your lighting should be considered when you're in a, when you're in this situation. What in the world? Packaging is incredible. By the way, this is all recyclable.
Nice.
It is zero carbon footprint. Oh my gosh. So that's right. These keyboards. So the keyboards have a personalization feature.
Yeah, they have the
keycaps.
Yep.
No. They have plates.
Oh.
Different colored plates that you can use. Which is so awesome. And so you can change the color plating that you've got on there, the way the device looks.
Did it come with keys too?
I do not know if it came with keys, but I know it came with this. Now I have. So I don't know if it came with keys, but I have several sets of the of Logitech keycaps that they've sent me for my birthdays and for holidays. They really do take care of us. They're a wonderful company, and I can't thank Logitech enough for this.
As you open up that box, there's your keycaps. Is it?
Yeah,
I knew it. Called it.
And they're the same green as the headphones. Yeah.
Oh, nice. So the green and the white. Nice.
So I'm always terrified whenever I've tried to put these on, simply because if I put them on the wrong order.
Oh my god.
And getting them off is also, but yeah, there's instructions in here.
There's an actual device that you can purchase, or maybe it even comes with one that you can keycap pop. They're real easy. What?
It came with it.
There you go. See?
That's the keycap pop. And it's full brushes, so you can clean. This is genius.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. Huge shout out. Thank you so much, Logitech. I can't wait to show my stream and my community this, and then I'll have this all out and in a much more presentable manner. This was just kind of on the fly because I was super excited and wanted to get into it.
Well, you can also do it on TikTok without the green screen too, so then that way you can actually show what they actually look like.
Oh my goodness, that's absolutely great. So once again, thank you, Logitech. And if you'd like to know anything about these products, all you have to do is head on over to logitechg.com. Look for the Aurora project. The Aurora line of products is available now. It's probably on the front splash page. And use code DJBLUEPDX at checkout. Get yourself a discount and enjoy your new products.
Whee!
Yay, there I did my little thing. Yep. Okay.
There you go. Look,
so I think that's pretty much
sponsorship, full announcement other than Advanced GG, which obviously, if you guys didn't know, we're both sponsored by Advanced GG, and this podcast is brought to you by Advanced GG, the greatest leading nootropic in all of the world. It's fantastic. And if you guys haven't picked it up, make sure you guys do it. Yeah, hydration is fantastic. They have hydration, chill, focus, and energy. All 4 different versions do something different, and they are there's just love them.
I want to talk about the chill real quick because chill is you have to get chill on a different site, and you have to be available where CBD products are sold.
Yes, correct.
But as I've been working through my sleep issues since May, and I've been sleeping much better because what they gave me. But I started making a glass of chill, just one scoop in a glass of water at night.
Yep.
Right around 9 o'clock. By the time it's 10 o'clock, I am
out.
And I sleep all the way through. I can't drink it later than 11 though, because then I will not get up until like 10 o'clock the next morning.
Yep.
But it's a wonderful, peaceful sleep. It's great. CBD is also wonderful for joint pain. Anybody who's got implants like we do,
anxiety,
and It is very calming, but I notice that I don't have the leg pains where my steel rods are. I don't have the spinal pains where my when I'm turning over at night.
Yeah.
It eases that. So
Yeah.
it is obviously a product for 18 and older. Check your local statutes and laws to determine whether or not it's something that you can order, and you can get it from their website. The other thing is the hydration. If you're not wanting to be like buzzy and wild, hydration is great. It's not a caffeine-based product.
Yep. It's awesome. It's literally you can drink it as much as you are recommended to drink 8 glasses of water a day. And the lemonade is I drink it like it's going out of style. Like, I hate drinking water. I hate it. I cannot stand it. So that's what I'm drinking in here right now is actually hydration. But just in general, they're amazing, and they have so many good flavors. Right now they have 3 flavors out for hydration, but I know they're coming out with more. And I know Advanced GG in the near future, I mean, they made a tweet about it not so long ago. They're going to be in cans soon. We don't know how large of a spectrum that's going to be, if it's going to be in your local Walmarts or gas stations or where it's going to be at. But you know, it's really awesome the fact that they're expanding that much, because I have been with them since the very beginning, since they first started. And big shout out to Peter and Eric, who run that company, and they have been doing such an amazing job. And I love those guys. It's just a good company. They have always taken care of me, and out of all my sponsors, they have always taken care of my community. If you guys haven't check them out, definitely go over to advance.gg. You guys can go to their website right now, and you can use either promo code TheLostDrake or DJBLUEPDX, and you guys can go over there, and I'll maybe even talk to them, maybe see if we can get a specific one for Pardon the D, so that way we have that promo code as well, so that way if you guys are here, you guys can use it. But either way, it's the same amount of discount. It'd be awesome. So,
and depending on when we get there, are we gonna get this posted today?
Yeah, I'll get it today.
Okay, so for those of you who are listening before Tuesday, now through Tuesday, if you use DJBLUEPDX 30, you'll get 30% off your order.
Nice.
So, and that's active until August 2nd. So if you're listening till after August 2nd, you missed.
Yep.
There you go.
It's all right, though. It'll be live today.
Yeah. Yep. And then,
Oh, just like that free car we gave away last week.
Exactly. They missed it. It was a Pontiac Grand Am.
I thought it was the Gremlin.
There we go. Well, I mean, that's a collector's item now. That's some vintage.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow at 11 a.m. So Tuesdays at 11 a.m. Pacific, I am live on CLX Gaming TV over on Twitch with the Foundry Live. And that is a show where we go inside custom builds and assemble it from the ground up, answering questions from the community for one lucky customer who might get to watch their PC get built. They order them, we put them out there, and we go through a process talking about PCs, talking about assembly, talking about parts, and creating something that's not techinese, getting those explanations from our tech experts over at CLX and translating that into something that you'll understand.
Yeah, right? Because a lot of people don't understand it. Like, they're like, I don't understand what a RAM is or DDRF, what, you know, like, but honestly, at the end of the day, like, as long as you get a nice working computer. And so I know, DJ, you just recently started working with them as well, and that's going to be awesome too, because there's like, and leading up to our next conversation piece, but before we jump into that, you know, obviously there's a million companies out there. As a content creator, our number one goal is to make sure that we bring that influenced experience. I mean, some people just do it for money. Some people do it because of their love for the product. Some people do it just because they, you know, they're very passionate about that product. They may not even be associated with it, but they're like, hey, I have a promo code. You know what I mean? So realistically, all these sponsors, you know, they help us do what we do. And you know, like this podcast, we make no money on it yet, and hopefully one day we will. Yes,
but nice.
But we don't have any official sponsors that are paying for anything yet, but we are prideful on our personal sponsors, and hopefully that'll roll over into this. We're growing every day, and a big announcement, a big clap to everybody here. We broke 3,000 subs, guys.
Yay! On
yeah,
YouTube.
So we have been growing exponentially. The views have been just astronomical. You guys have been so great. So anybody tuning in, whether you're on Spotify or you're on anything through Anchor or you're on Amazon Music or you're on Apple or wherever you're listening to this podcast, right?
Yeah.
And especially do us a solid, okay? This is one thing that I definitely want to say right now. Make sure you guys all follow this channel. Make sure you click that little heart, drop a sub. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. Make sure you guys sub to the channel. Make sure you click that little bell so you guys get alerts when we have new episodes go live. And also, the big one for us right now is we are about 500 watch hours from hitting partnership here on YouTube. So please make sure you guys watch these all the way through. Turn them on, even if you just have them in the background. Just literally help us, you know, because honestly, these topics that we discuss are pretty awesome, and we are very passionate about it. And you know, some weeks we have a ton to talk about. Sometimes we just shoot the shit. But, you know, at the end of the day, that's what it's about. And hopefully, as we progress, we'll get new sponsors that are involved. We'll do box openings. We'll do really cool stuff. And I think it'll be really neat for us. We are going into the next topic, which I think is really cool. I know DJ is going to be going to PAX now. I'm going to PAX. And we're all going to be running around together, which will be really cool to represent Pardon the D, but also our personal brands. And DJ's like, you know what, like, it's still kind of up in the air. No, he's going. I don't care. I'll drag his ass there. I don't give a shit.
Right now, I'm just working on finances.
Yeah, so. Yeah. But that's the thing, guys, is when it comes down to it, go out there and support us on our main platforms. Go on Twitch. We're both on Twitch. We're both on TikTok. If you guys see us live, go into our channels, help us out, because those things help. You know what I mean? Like those things are amazing. So and
Subs,
as far
bits,
all the things,
donos,
all
it
the
all
things.
helps.
And then once we advance this podcast and we can actually, you know, get paid subscribes and do stuff like that too, that will also help us get to these events, because E3 is right around the corner. It's going to be here before we know it in 1 year. And we are going to be there as Pardon the D.
And that
I am determined.
That would be when 2023, that will technically be 4 years since there was a live E3. Yep. And the last time I was at E3, I was shoutcasting Apex Legends.
Yep. I was shoutcasting Fortnite and freaking Apex, and we were working together. We were working in the mixer booth, and like we were going around, and I actually did an interview with Square Enix, which is where I met them, and then they ended up partnering with me. Like, you know, those things, like, I've done so many reviews and updates and got to do live broadcasts with Square Enix games, and then now it's Capcom, which is awesome. And
yeah, that Capcom thing is awesome.
Oh my god,
many games we grew up on from Capcom.
Well, and speaking of that too, the brand new Arcade Stadium 2 just came out too. So there's all these new Capcom games that came out. We obviously Monster Hunter is huge. We got Resident Evil right around the corner. If you guys haven't watched the Netflix series, by the way, it's really good. I just finished it last night, and I hope to God there's another season, because it was so good. I didn't actually think it was going to be that good, but it was good.
Did you see the movie?
I have not. The recent one with Robbie? No, I have not. I started to, and then I think I fell asleep.
Okay, I would be interested to hear your observations.
I've heard a lot of mixed things, because we love Robbie. And Robbie's an amazing actor.
Robbie's a good
but
buddy.
I've heard it wasn't the best adaptation. And you know what? Sometimes movies like that are just fun watches, sit downs, and your passion for those games.
Well, yeah. And the thing to keep in mind is what you're doing on set and what you film is not always what ends up on screen in post. And there's nothing you can do about it. It is the director and the producer who are like, all right, we're going to make these choices.
Yep.
And then, you know, you end up with 30 seconds of a scene that actually was 5 minutes long.
Yep.
And go, okay, well, that's a thing. So I'd be interested to hear your observation, because, you know, I love Resident Evil. And it's movies. It's not like Resident Evil movies have ever been groundbreaking cinema. Let's be fair.
No. They're but you know what though? I always like the Resident Evil movies.
Monster movies.
Yeah,
they're just good.
Yeah. You know what though? Honestly, if I could ever say anything about like Resident Evil in general, the new adaptation of what they did with the new Netflix series, they kind of modernized it, and also like definitely fleshed out the games. because it is definitely tied into the games 100%, and which is great because the way that Resident Evil 6 ended, and then also you have the village, and I have a feeling that we're going to lead into some really cool stuff if they renew it. And I think that as we progress, and there is a big video game spoiler at the very last episode. I won't ruin it for anybody, but definitely pay attention to the piece of paper. That's all I'll say. Yeah. So huge shout out to them for an amazing series, and obviously I love the actors that they picked for it too. Turned out really well, and I really like it. Nice. And on that note, have you watched any episodes of Banshee yet?
No.
God damn it.
That is a Wednesday activity.
God damn it.
Because I got to do this show, and then I've got to get to my writing meeting, and then which I'm late for. And then I've got.
Well, is that the way it always is? I mean, maybe we shouldn't bullshit for 2 hours before our podcast.
That is a true statement.
It's like our weekly bullshit censor.
Yeah. So speaking on that level, I think we're good for this episode.
I mean, honestly, like I said, this was just going to be a quick recap. We were just talking about stuff. It was cool to show off some of the Logitech products too, and from Blue as well. And I think it'll be really neat too as we progress. Hopefully, we get more box openings like that, and we can show off some of the products. And I'm actually working on, and DJ, I haven't even told you this yet, but I'm working on some new overlays to basically so we can go smaller on one side and have a bigger screen on the right, so that way we can do bigger box openings, and we can switch it from your video feed to mine, which will be really neat. So if we want to show it without the green screen, we can do that, like top down. We just got to figure out the camera dynamics of that, but I think that'll be really cool. And then I mean, for the most part, that's pretty much it. I mean, I've got some stuff I got to do. I got to finish cleaning this mess of a room, and my daughter has her first dance tonight, so that's gonna be.
Oh my God, that's right, freshman dance,
high school dance, freshman dance. So I'm going there to meet her parents and stuff. So yeah.
But the upside is you have 4 years worth of teenage boys that you get to scare.
True, or they'll just love me because here's the funny thing, right? Is
you are a cool dad, but as soon as they
I play video games for a living. I mean, literally, like, how is anybody gonna hate it? Like, if anybody comes over to the other dad's house, they're like all brokers and freaking real estate agents. That shit's boring. You come over to my house, it's arcades and video games and giant Master Chief suits. How can you hate me?
Yeah, right. There you go.
And besides, then I get to pick and choose which boys I like.
Yep.
And then I can be like, look. You're not good enough for my daughter. Sorry. You don't like video games? Fuck off.
That's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Even though my daughter would be like, Dad, no.
Dad, leave him alone. God.
No. That's when I just mess with him. But But no, on that note, guys, today was just a quick recap, and I'm really glad that we got to just hop on here and do a quick recording. And it was only supposed to be 30 minutes, and we're already at almost an hour, so that's awesome. But yeah, guys, we are definitely going to be going to PAX. We're going. I don't care what DJ says. We're going to drag his ass there.
We're going.
We're going to PAX. It's going to be awesome. So we're going to see a lot of you guys there, too.
So if you're listening to this and you have it in you and you want to come over, drop some bits or some subs, I would really appreciate it because it's going to get me to get to these events.
Help him out. Help him out because
greatly appreciate it.
All that extra oomph will help him get to PAX and be able to pay for stuff.
And come by the DJ sets. I DJ house music on Fridays at 6 p.m. Pacific. Yep. I DJ dance music on Saturdays at 6 p.m. Pacific. And then at 12 noon is the Downtempo Lounge on Sundays. That's noon Pacific. And we go for 3 hours, and it's very relaxing. I did a giant acoustic set yesterday, and it was great. Some incredible covers of a lot of 80s songs. So it was really cool. Yeah. So there we go.
And his DJ sets are really good, guys. If you guys haven't listened to him, they're really awesome. I just need to get him his ass on TikTok because there's so many people on there that.
Yeah, I'm getting that project going. He
needs to do it. Although you have been great about TikTok, I will give you your shorts and your TikToks have been good. Like even Nate's like, DJ's posting a lot. I go, yeah, I know, I like it.
It's getting there. Yeah. So, all right, you can find Lost Drake at TheLostDrake on all the things. You can find DJBLUEPDX at DJBLUEPDX at all the things. And also, please make sure you're following Pardon the Distraction on TikTok. We are on Instagram. We are on, Facebook, and we're on YouTube.
We are on everything.
And we're everywhere. So just follow us and, stay tuned. We got more stuff. If there's topics that you would like us to cover or questions that you have, please let us know. and we'll be sure to get those questions answered as soon as possible.
Yep.
So, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on Pardon the Distraction.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.